Today is a special day. Every day is a special day when you're alive. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's still February. We'll be talking a little bit about Black history. Just a couple days ago, we had Valentine's Day. We might be talking about Valentine's Day and things like that. You know, talk about your lover, your wife, your girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. And then we just go chop it up about some other things. Today, I want to introduce my co-host. He's on board again, Michael Sticks. What's up, Mike?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, my brother TC?
I'm just chilling, man,
Timothy.
enjoying life. You know, what's up with you?
Hey, man, it's another day above ground. It's always a great day.
All right, hallelujah.
You know, get a chance to get it right today.
Yes.
You know.
And I want to introduce my buddy, my friend, Minister Phil Robinson. What's up, Phil?
Doing good. You know what? I always wanted to do this. Chop it up. So I'm just going to chop it up real quick with you one time. And I want to get settled in. And I want to get to the chop it up.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Who do you want to give a shout out to?
First, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife. The lovely Stephanie Robinson. She is my rib. She is my backbone. She is my God-given gift. And she loves me so much, and I reciprocate the love.
Hallelujah.
Not only on Valentine's Day, but I reciprocate that love, and so does she.
What I'm
so I
talking
want to
about.
give a shout out to her, and I want to give a shout out to you because this has been a long time coming.
Yes.
And I just wanted to just tell you that you're my brother.
Yes, sir, without a doubt.
And I love you.
All right, thank you. I love you too.
Not only because of the love that you have for Christ and the love you have for people, but also what's most importantly, the love that you have for myself as well and my family.
Yes,
You've
sir.
been a good brother to my family for many, many years going back. So I just want to tell you I appreciate that. And thanks for having me on the show, man.
Oh, no doubt. Well, no doubt. Thank you for that. It was very nice. Likewise, you guys been good to me and my wife. And I'll give a shout out to my wife, Phyllis. Love you. Hey, Phyllis. And Mike, who do you want to give a shout out to before we all get a whooping up in here?
I'll give a shout out to my girl, Kiana. Just love you and looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, we gotta respect our women. If not, they gonna whoop our butt. So today we're gonna be talking about a little bit of everything. And if you want to call in and holler at one of us about a statement, a comment, or whatnot, you could call 216-298-1554. That's 216-298-1554. Okay, let's talk about a little bit. Let's start with Valentine's Day. They just passed not too long ago. Did y'all do anything for your wives? Because I almost, girlfriend, wives, I almost forgot because I was so busy. But I did not forget. Now, don't get me wrong, I did not forget, but it was almost there. What y'all do?
So, well,
if anything,
this was kind
and
of
then if it's wrong or is it wrong or right to do?
Yeah, well, it was kind of weird Valentine's Day. I got Kiana a few gifts, and she got me a few gifts, but we weren't able to hook up on Valentine's Day because just scheduling and different things going on. She had a very bad day. It started off first thing in the morning. She had a accident on her way to work.
Oh boy!
I think that was either Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday, and found out how much her deductible was, and it just kind of threw her for a loop.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop.
Yeah. So she wasn't hurt. No one was hurt.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and trying to get her to let it go and keep moving, and sometimes people get stuck in that situation though for a minute before they're able to let it go. So our schedules kind of conflicted. Hopefully I'll see her today.
Oh, you haven't seen us since Valentine's Day.
Right, and so we will
celebrate
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Phil? Did you do anything? Forget? Are you in the doghouse? Out the doghouse?
No, I'm okay. No doghouse. But Valentine's Day was a little different for me. I just recently retired from the sheriff's office.
Yes, congratulations on that.
All right.
Yeah. So
how many years did you do at the sheriff's department?
23 years.
Woo! Woo.
9 months, 2 weeks, and 1 day, and 4 hours, and 16 minutes, and 2 seconds. Well, who's counting?
Well, I like my feel, in detail. But check this out. That's a big, fat blessing due to the fact that you was not shot. When you go to work, anything can happen. And that's a blessing to retire alive, and you're doing, good.
Yeah,
It was a couple of accidents, but, nothing major. So God had his hands on you, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, so I don't want to get away from the original question, but I guess the original question was I did start a new job, had an opportunity to start a new job, a second career after the retirement. So I had to go to work early that day, and then after that, I came home and I'm plotting and I'm planning, and I want to give a big shout out to Luann May from the Sheriff's Office of Delaware County. Correction Officer May, she had some very nice special treats in store for some of the people that her daughter was putting together and herself. So I did purchase some nice chocolate-covered strawberries.
Nice.
Which went directly against what it was that me and Stephanie's trying to do.
Okay.
So what me and Stephanie's trying to do is Stephanie says the New Year's here, and not only do we want to be in fasting and prayer, but we also want to do some wellness things with ourselves. We want to get into this 2019 with a new renewed spirit and some wellness. So we kind of cutting out red meat and cutting out meat altogether, eating healthier, eating some veggie meals, and just, trying to exercise and kind of, build our spirit up, as well as, lose a little weight and kind of get back into some type of shape. So we eliminated the candy and all the sweets and all of the sweet stuff, and it's working out good. Shout out to my wife. She lost about almost 15 pounds.
Nice.
I lost about 12 pounds myself.
Nice.
We're doing good. So to get into that, here I come for Valentine's Day with this chocolate-covered strawberry.
It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You get a pass, I think. I hope you get a pass.
So here I come with these chocolate-covered strawberries. And then I said to myself, well, being that we're going to fall off the wagon this one day, I might as well fall all the way off the wagon. So I had one gift package with the strawberries and chocolate, and then I had another little gift package from Kim's Wings. It was a 5-piece wing with fries.
There we go.
Dinner. So
Yes,
she was very happy. And it's safe to say I was in for some good loving that night. That's safe to say. Yeah, that's definitely safe to say.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful.
So we kind of fell off the wagon a little bit, but it's all good. We back
yeah.
on, and it's good, and God's good, and the vision for 2019 is moving forward, and I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. My knees feeling healthy. My shoulders feeling healthy. I feel like as 2019 progresses, I'm just going into my blessing, going into my healing. It's good.
That's good.
It's a good year.
That's good. Now, women, is it wrong for your husband not to get you something? Call in if you want to talk about it. 216-298-1554. Because if I know anything about women, girl, what your husband do for you? Girl, he didn't get me nothing. Why? He didn't get you nothing. So is it wrong to not get anything on Valentine's Day? Me, myself, I was going to get my wife some flowers. But I said to myself,
Self? And what does self say?
That's the first mistake.
Well, you always get flowers. Because usually I buy flowers probably every 2 months maybe now.
Okay.
I got into that spirit of just buying flowers just because I love you, and just because you like flowers and I like flowers. Why not? Just buy them. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning in my older age to do things just because it's good to do them.
Yep.
Now, when I was young, I was like, maybe not. But now, little wisdom kick in, little gray hairs kick in. And, I see little gray hairs on you guys. So
yeah.
You guys probably much older than me. You got more gray.
Not at all.
No play for Mr. Gray. Okay. But you know what, TC? I was a little abstract this Valentine's Day, because in my house, it's always Valentine's Day.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
And my wife is always giving, and she's always giving gifts, and she's always giving of herself, and it's just a lot of giving. I'm married into a marriage of givers. I have a mother-in-law that's a giver. I have some in-laws that are givers, and it just kind of trickled down on me. Mm-hmm. So this year, I wanted to kind of do something a little different. And because my wife's birthday is Christmas Day.
Right.
So Christmas Day, I wound up getting her the coupe de gras. I said the coupe de gras.
Wait. What,
I said the coupe.
What is a coupe
I said the
de
coupe de
gras?
gras. So I'm funny you should ask that. See, the coupe de gras was, she, along with this new job and this new position, God has blessed me financially. So I always wanted to get my wife the vehicle that she's always loved, that she's always fell in love with, and that she's always wanted. So I purchased my wife for her birthday a new Porsche.
What? I said, look here, boy.
Yeah.
What you purchase?
Listen here, a foghorn, a leghorn. I purchased Mama a Porsche. The Porsche Cayenne.
Boy, it's raining.
With the butter soft leather.
Ooh, yes,
and the panoramic view.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you know what, though? You see, when you have a Proverbs 31 wife,
Come on.
there's things that are dropped into your spirit by God that allows you to hear from God and want to bless the woman of God. You see, anyone can say, I want to do this and I want to do that, but we serve a God of action.
Yes.
So I just felt that I always wanted to do this for her. This was on the top of her list of things that she's always wanted. So I got that done. So Valentine's can be a little simple.
Yes.
Some candy with a little chocolate drizzle on it and some wings from Kim's. You can't beat that,
No.
TC.
Who
Who
you
wouldn't serve a
can't
guy
beat
like that?
Now, hold on. Now, let me look. The Porsche, the wings from Kim. Which one would I pick? The wings or the wings?
Listen, if you're in a good place with God, you can eat the wings inside the Porsche. Come on now.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
I'm telling you though, right now though, that barbecue sauce is hard to get out of that butter sauce, that buttercream leather.
Oh boy.
But if you need me to come get it and clean it up for you,
My
I can
man.
hook you up.
My man. My man.
You know, your wife is a woman of God. If you guys don't know his wife, she prophesied. She's a strong woman of God. She's a giver. Her mom, pastor, preacher, giver. She give you everything. I mean, they've been a blessing to me. So I can understand where you're coming from. You know, good prayer warrior. You know, so I love it, and it's good to have a wife that prays. My wife prays. She's a woman of God. She had my back, and I appreciate her. And Mike, he's his girlfriend. She's a woman of God, and they not married. They working on things, and things are looking good for the future. And Mike is he getting stronger and stronger in his faith and walking stronger. He's saying some things that shock me. So I'm blessed to have him as a friend. So if you guys want to talk about something, again, you can call 298-1554, and we go. I have a couple gift cards for. Let's go with the second caller. Last time I couldn't give away no gift card because it seemed like you guys are afraid to call in. Just call 216-298, and you can win one of these gift cards. Yeah, you see that? Cracker Barrel. No, that's what Cracker Barrel.
And they're real gift cards too, guys.
Right.
They're real.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
I didn't buy them from
Look at that.
Leroy.
Look at that.
on
They're
the
real.
corner.
That's the
I
real
didn't buy
deal.
them from Leroy.
Listen,
on the
that's the
corner.
real deal right there.
Yeah, they came from Dave.
Yeah, that's the real deal right there.
Second caller.
So wait a minute. So hold on, TC. If nobody wants to call in, let me see what I can do. Hello, caller. Yeah, hello. This is Billip. I'm calling.
So
am I calling
and
number
also
two?
we could if you got a situation or you got a problem you want to talk about and you think that we might help you, call on in and we'll talk about it. You don't have to give your name you don't want to, or just give a shout out, because this is a Christian-based talk show and we having fun. We just chopping it up, and sometimes we be going through situations and we might need some help or some more ideas to handle a situation, and sometimes we don't know who to call. And so, like I said, you can call 216-298-1554, and we could chop it up a little bit, just see what's happening. But also, let's talk about Black History. Still Black History Month, And I was looking at some things. It's a lot of things that blacks have done that we still not quite even aware of. You know, I was seeing some stuff on Facebook, you know, and then you got to realize the black history is being made right now, you know, with things going around us, you know. Even here in this studio is, you know, is history, you know. So blacks are doing a whole lot more things. They're getting involved in a lot of things. There's more black doctors coming out of school. It's been pretty good movement for black history and for blacks lately. So that's a great thing. What you think?
Well, you know, for me, black history should be celebrated 365, you know, 365 days a year. You know, what's funny, well, not necessarily funny, but what is, you know, what I find amazing is that we are in 2019 and we are still getting a lot of firsts for blacks, you know, where, so you know, Black History Month is great. They gave us the shortest month of the year to celebrate our blackness.
Well, you just said they gave us, so
right.
We don't have to settle for what they give us,
That's
but we
true.
can just take what we want
That's
and
true.
do what we want as far as loving each other and having history.
And that's what we've been doing anyway. But,
Yes.
you know, I just like to celebrate all our blackness, you know.
Yeah.
Because we are unique. You know, we're probably the most forgiving race on this planet. And we endured a lot, forgave a lot, and we go through a lot, but we keep on moving, you know. And, you know, our ancestors gave a lot for us to be where we are today. And it's just amazing that even in 2019, we still have some firsts going on in America, you know. So it's interesting. I was just looking at the TV and I saw that Cory Booker, the senator from New Jersey, he's announced his candidacy for presidency. And so if he wins, he will be one of 3 single presidents that aren't married. That doesn't happen a lot. The other 2, one he wasn't married when he got elected, but got married while he was in office, and the other one had a very short term.
Okay.
And then the other amazing thing is Kamala Harris from California,
Yes.
who also announced her candidacy, African American woman who comes from biracial parents, and is married to a white guy. Another first, you know.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, and what if they combine with each other after all the said is done? They combine in our president and vice president.
That'd be interesting.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yes, it would.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, it will be.
Very, very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And another interesting piece about what you just expounded on was, as a people, are we quite ready for an interracial presidency? Are we ready to see a white wife and a black husband that's a president, or vice versa? Because if you're not ready, you better get ready.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. Just take a look at the TV and take a look at all of these commercials that you're seeing now. It's starting to become a phenomenon, TC.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. I've never seen so many commercials before with a black husband and a white wife with mixed kids. I've never seen so many commercials now with a white wife and a black husband, or vice versa. So it's if you're not ready, get ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any callers today?
Caller, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. Hello? They're there, but they're not saying anything.
Okay. If you want to call in, it's 216-298-1554. And you can talk about anything you want to talk about. We just gonna chop it up today. But you know what? Going back to that, I think that's great. America may not be ready for it, but I think behind this spiritually, God is showing us we need to come together.
Yes.
God is all this
Yes.
chaos and stuff. God is showing us, and He said, "Look at this. you guys need to work on yourselves. Come to me, and we could work this out and fix it. So everything going on, it's a reason why all this stuff is in the news and we are seeing it. It's to address our issues, in a godly fashion, the matter. It's a way to do it and without chaos.
Yeah, and the one thing that I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, is that we have to get past the black and the white.
Yeah, we do. We got to.
And start looking at us all being spiritual beings, because that's where we are alike. If we quit focusing on our differences and start focusing on our similarities, we'll get along great.
Right.
We can get past all these race issues and deal with spiritual issues. Right. And I think that's where our healing begins.
And can I flip the coin one
Yeah,
time?
flip it.
I just took the time to talk about the commercial with the interracial relationships and the mixed kids and everything. But if I could just flip the coin real quick, now the world is being so bold to put homosexual relationships on the air.
Okay. Oh,
where
yeah.
you're showing two men as a couple and two women as a couple.
Absolutely.
So I guess we'll talk about that in a
Right, in
minute.
one second.
Yeah.
Caller, what's going on with you? Welcome to Chop It Up. What you want to talk about? Hello.
Hello, I have a question for you gentlemen.
We listening.
For Valentine's Day, I know you were talking about getting stuff for your significant others and your wives. But what did your wives get for you?
Oh, okay. That's a good question you want to know. Well, my wife brought me dinner. She went way out and got some things that I really like. And she brought me home and she fed me like I was a baby. I started saying, what?
You finally got them chitlins and hog maws.
Yeah.
But yeah, my wife, she treated me real good. She been a blessing, so she took care of a daddy. Yes. She took care of me. So, Mike, what about you?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I know what I got. She got me a nice set of cufflinks.
Ooh, I like those.
Yeah, so
I borrowed those.
I'm a cufflink guy, so I love cufflinks. I love wearing French cuffs. So
Nice. I'll have to come on and borrow those. Don't tell her, though. Go ahead, Peter. What
And
about
Caller, my wife was a little abstract with me as well. She knows that that I enjoy sitting down and playing my PlayStation 4 sometimes. So she went out there and found me the 2019 Platinum Edition All Madden game. And this game just came out a couple of months ago.
Wow.
And the funny thing about my wife is her gifts are well thought out. Because she could have gotten me anything.
Yes.
Because she can do that. But this gift was so well thought out because just in my mind, 3 days prior to Valentine's Day, I was saying to myself, I'm going to order, I said, Self said, huh? I'm going to order that game off of eBay for myself.
Right.
And me and my wife are so in tune. She felt that in my spirit, and she knows what I like and what I want, and she got me exactly what I was going to go out there and get. Wow. So the All Madden football game, fellas, y'all know how we are.
Yeah, I'm coming over to play that. Yeah. I'm coming over to play that with you.
So that was phenomenal.
Now, caller, can I ask you your name? You don't mind?
Kathy.
Kathy. Now, Kathy, are you married? Single?
Oh, yeah.
What did you do for your husband? Yeah, you laugh.
Well, my husband is actually the person there.
Oh. Well, what did you was laughing?
So I got him a nice card that I looked through all these cards and said, okay, I got it to say a certain way.
Yes.
And then I got him some candy, which he probably didn't really want, but that's okay. And I got him a little mug, and he did about the same for me. I mean, we're trying to do budgetary things, keeping our budget, and so we knew we had already planned. Like it's okay. We love each other every day.
Yes.
We don't need a special day to say, "Hey, baby, I love you."
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so we practice that every day.
Awesome.
Amen.
So, and it's like your guest was saying that we try to, trying to be healthier, trying to lose weight, trying to really watch what we're eating. And so, maybe sometime a little later we're going to go out to dinner, but for right
Beautiful.
now, that's what we did.
That's good. That's good. And you know what, caller?
Yay.
You know what, caller? I appreciate you calling. And for that, I'm going to let you pick one of these gift cards. Which one you want, Cracker Barrel or Subway? Cracker Barrel, y'all go out. Subway, you just, walk in. It's just more like a drive-by.
Whatever you want to give is great.
I'm going to give you the
It's
Cracker
all
Barrel
good.
one for you and your husband so y'all can do y'all thing. For being a caller, I appreciate you. Thank you, caller. God bless you and your husband and your family.
God bless.
Amen. Amen. Oh, that was great. Now go back to the TV, the commercials showing homosexual relationships and things like that. They promoting. You were just talking prior to talking to the caller. As well as interracial couples.
TC, I just want to say this real quick. I understand that as a people, we are to progress.
Yes.
There's a progression part of us that needs to go forward. Like my brother was just talking about a little bit ago about black people and so on and so forth. We're a resilient people.
Absolutely.
If I can pick one word for black people, we're a resilient people.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to go back to the commercials again and with progression. You see, there's always an opportunity for us as a people to progress. But sometimes you might have the adversary that will take the progression that we're going through and try to add his little twist to it. Mm-hmm. It's just like music. Music was made in the heavens, and it was made godly, and it was made beautiful. But the adversary took music and perverted it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with these commercials. These commercials are made for us to progress and show society that we are moving forward as a people. And there's nothing wrong with a man and a woman loving each other and being a husband and wife and being of two different nationalities or two different faiths or two different religions or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I just see the enemy taking that very thing that we're supposed to be progressing with, and I see the enemy trying to put a perversion on it where not only are we dealing with the black and white marriage couples with the mixed kids, but we're going to sprinkle a little man-on-man couple in these commercials, and we're going to sprinkle a little woman-on-woman couples in these commercials. Mm-hmm. And mm-hmm. I don't care for it, mm-hmm. and I don't like it, right. And that's just my stance.
Yeah, that's mm-hmm. right. You got to be right to your own opinion. And me, myself, like I said, I've been seeing it, and I'm very happy with it, and I've been seeing more of it, with homosexual relationships. And my thing is, if you want to sin, that's your thing. Do your sin. Sometimes I lie. I try not to lie. I don't think it's right. And a lot of people don't think it's right. But it's up to you and your heart and your belief and what you follow to do what you believe is right. And me being a Christian, I stand behind the Bible 100%. And I'm against homosexual, but I love the person. I love the person, but I'm not crazy about the act. Just like I'm not crazy about the act somebody beating somebody up or bullying somebody. I'm not crazy about that, but I will always love that person. As a Christian, our job is to always love. It's only God, it's only God. He the one who could judge. I can't judge because I'm trying to get into heaven myself. I can't judge nobody. But I can love you to death. TC, I'll do that.
Can I jump in real
yes,
quick?
Yeah.
And I just want to just make this clear. I don't live in a glass house. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of stones around me. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I just want to just be very clear that I'm not trying to bash anyone.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm just simply trying to say that, first of all, their sin is no different than our sin.
That's right.
No different. Just like
homosexuality is no different than gossiping.
Right. Lying.
And
stealing. Right.
Murder is no different than cheating on your taxes.
Right.
So sin is sin.
Right.
But I just would like to say that there comes a time where within the hierarchy of commercials and movies and theater and everything else that's on the big screen, there's a layer of there's a
knocking on the table.
Okay.
Making loud noise.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a process.
There's a layer of what is done in excellence and what is not done in excellence. And you have production, you have directors, you have all of these people that they have to okay this. They have to okay for setting certain things to move forward in a commercial.
Right. But
So
the
if-
commercial always try to feed us their ideas and brainwash us, and we got to be careful of that as well. Do we got a caller?
Yeah, have another caller. Go ahead.
Good morning. How everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
morning.
Thank you. Thank you
Welcome
for
to
calling.
Chop It
Welcome.
Up.
Yeah, welcome.
All right then. Well, I'm calling in to speak about Black history.
Okay.
We live in Black history every day, every year, 24/7. We are Black history, and people just try to pervert our stuff, and God made us in His image, and so we need to get past the hatred, the dishonor of one another, and stop killing one another. Because again, God made each and every man in His image, and His image is what you see in the mirror. No matter if you're white, black, pink, yellow, orange, we are God's image, and we need to understand and love as we are men and women of God in His image. That's all I wanted to say.
Hey, man, caller, what's your name? You mind giving me your name?
Willie Langford of the Holy Ghost Express.
Hallelujah. Welcome, Willie. Good to hear your voice. You just won yourself a Subway gift card where you can pick from fresh vegetables. Yes. Tomatoes, lettuce.
If I was you, my brother, I'll get the double meat. Double meat
And
sub,
look,
steak and
we
cheese.
wasn't really stingy with you. We have $25 here. You could go twice.
or you could take me.
But
Well, I'll pick it up Thursday when I get to come play.
beautiful,
All right.
beautiful. Thank you for calling. God bless you and your family.
Blessings unto you, brothers,
All
too.
right. Keep on listening, because I'm going to talk about that right now. You said a good thing because you said, how we look and see each other. See, the problem is with people is that we do not really understand the spiritual aspect of life. God gave us that heart that beat the blood. It's all about the blood. The life is in the blood. And when you start to look at people with your heart, you don't see with your natural eyes. And so the spirit is able to move and do things, and then your brain reacts, and then you'll move with love because your heart is doing all the looking and listening. We do too much with our natural eyes or our natural ears, and we find out we don't like this, or this person look funny. But the heart don't see. It feels. So we got to start feeling more than, just looking. So once men start to look with our heart, we'll love each other. That's how God wants us to do.
Hey, TC, you talking about Black history.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some of the Black history that's going on, this modern day Black history. Let's, for instance, let's speak about our prodigal son, our basketball hero, LeBron James.
Okay, yeah.
Look at the history that LeBron James is making right now with opening up a school, pouring into the students, giving them all of the things that may not be afforded to them, transportation,
Computers,
computers,
bicycles.
clothing, iPads, computers, just name it, and
tuition.
tuition,
Yeah.
and then
For college
Mike, they're making it possible for you to do well and succeed as a high school student, then complete your education, and he's going to pay for your college
Yes.
education.
Yes.
I'm talking about, listen, Black history is past, present, and future.
Yes.
So there's some really great things that I'm proud of
Yes.
about what my Black people are doing in these communities. And a lot of people give the athletes and the public, the people that are in the public, they give them a lot of flack because they say, well, you don't do this and you don't do that. I'm going to tell you something. My hat's off to him. If I had a hat, I'd take it off. Like Mr. on The Color Purple. If I had a hat,
Right.
I'd take it off. Because he's changing the very demographics of the hood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what people are afraid to do.
Right.
See, a lot of people are okay with going inside of a nightclub and throwing money in the air and getting their accolades from people that are less fortunate that are less fortunate than they are, and that's their way of being a hood superstar.
Right.
But I'd like to say LeBron James is our modern day a hood superstar that is doing phenomenal things and changing the very demographics of households and generations. I just have to applaud
Yeah.
that.
Can I just piggyback on Phil?
Yeah, sure.
LeBron, I'm one of his biggest fans. You know, not only is he, in my opinion, the GOAT in the NBA, he is the greatest of all time. But what he has done in his, 17, 18 years,
His career.
no trouble,
No.
not in the news. Anytime he's in the news, it's something positive. And he's transformed the city of Akron, the city of Cleveland. He's probably about to transform the city of LA, because wherever he goes, that's what he does.
I agree.
You know, and he's done phenomenal things and is doing phenomenal things on a daily basis.
And he's from the inner city.
And he's from the comes from a single mom.
Right, and they said, can anything good come out of that?
Yeah.
Listen, not with a silver spoon in his
Right,
mouth.
right.
You know, I saw a documentary a couple of days ago with LeBron James. Didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but I saw just a little piece of it. And they said at one time when he was somewhere around 7 years old, they said him and his mom moved 12 times. I'm like, wow, can you imagine that?
I can't.
If that doesn't put life and that doesn't put things in perspective, I don't know what does.
And I'm going to tell you this. Being a single mom, I'm quite sure it could be pretty hard. The Bible, I'll put everything back to the Bible. The Bible God intended for man and women to be together, have a child together, so both can mold and raise the child. Now, when a father is not there or a mother's not there, you got a piece that's missing. And when you got a piece that's missing, you don't have a whole. So when you don't have a whole, things start to break down and deteriorate. But I'm not saying that single mom cannot do it. It shows you that they can do it, but it takes perseverance to do these things, and it's hard. And that's why, as a woman should be very selective of the guy or the man they choose to be with in order to look for the future. Because, ladies, when a man come into your life and say, hey, sugar, you're beautiful, you look good, da-da-da-da-da, it's not about that. It's about, okay, I see that you see something in me, but what do I see in you? Because my future depends on you now. Because if you fall short, that means she's going to have to take the load and handle it. Not saying she can't, but it's going to be harder. And for LeBron James' mom to handle her business, God was there, and she done great, and it can be done. And a lot of people have fallen, but it can be done. So kudos go out to the whole family. Kudos go out to the whole family, and to the women who's raising kids by yourself. You're doing a beautiful job. God bless you. And I just pray that the brothers that's around or not there will wake up. Amen.
And it's a story of hope.
Yes.
Because if you see someone who has done what you're trying to do, and they've done it successfully, you know that you can do it too.
Yes.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that your child needs to have basketball talents or football talents, or you just have to cultivate his talent, whatever that talent is, and surround him with the village. And he can do the same thing that LeBron has done. That woman, that single mom can do the same thing that Gloria James has done. And these single dads out here can do the same thing. It's just you have to persevere, you have to be resilient, and you have to use your resources. And those talents will come out and they'll shine.
Right.
And Mike, if I can jump in real quick. Before the marriage, there's a courtship.
Yeah.
And during that courtship, it's very important to listen to the person that you're courting. And what I mean by that is a person, TC, will show you just who they are.
Yes, they will.
but we have to listen.
Yeah.
See, sometimes we're blinded because a certain woman is cute in the face and small in the waist, and it blinds us from the things that we should see. So it's also important, single men out there, single women, it's so important for the courtship, for you to keep your eyes open and go into the courtship with your eyes open, because a person will show you just exactly who they are, but it's up to you to listen to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because when the marriage comes and people say, well, I can't do this and I can't do that because I didn't know she was like this, or I didn't know he was like that. No, they told you and they showed you just who they was. But did you listen?
Yeah.
And did you pay attention? Mm-hmm. See, that's why some people walk into marriages and they're able to walk out of marriages so quickly, because their claim to fame or their excuse is, well, I didn't know. I didn't know that this person was that. I didn't know that this person was that. No, you knew because they showed you.
Right. And a lot of times we play blind in order to get what we want. And then we realize that once we open our eyes, we don't want that. Like, we don't want it, but it's too late.
Right.
You already got it. So, call. If you want to call in, you want to talk about some relationships or anything else, 216-298-1554. We will be another caller talking about black relationships, black history, anything dealing with black history, Valentine's Day, anything. We just chopping it up today, So call on in if you want to call and chit chat for a little bit, But what do you think about the football player? They was talking about Copernic, what's the name?
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Yeah. They say we were just talking about that.
Interesting.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
So yeah. So my main man, Colin Kaepernick.
Oh boy.
Man, I'm so proud of this brother. Him and Eric Reid. They have settled their lawsuit against the NFL. The NFL has made them sign a non-disclosure agreement, so they can't talk about the settlement.
Right.
But some sources say it's probably in the neighborhood of 60 to 80 million. So
kudos.
God bless them.
Yeah.
and I'm not letting the NFL off the hook though.
That's right.
I'm still not letting y'all off the hook, because y'all did wrong. You know you did wrong, because why are you making them sign a non-disclosure agreement?
So might we say that collusion truly exists?
Oh, it absolutely
Okay.
exists. Absolutely exists. And it's continuing today. It's continuing today. Look at the outrage that some fans have with the Browns signing Kareem Hunt. Now granted, the brother made a mistake, a huge mistake, and he was wrong, dead wrong. But we don't know the whole story. We know what we see on the video, and we know that he pushed that young lady down, and that he, did he
Awful
kicked her.
thing. Right. Awful thing.
Yeah, and that's terrible.
Yes.
But she wasn't completely innocent as well. And so when you and the police haven't charged him with anything. So if we're going by the law, no one has charged him, but he's still going to get suspended.
Well, my thing is, and this with anything, and people will do things wrong, and we will mess up. And being a Christian, and once again, should we be punished for life?
No.
Should we be? So you telling me this guy, he beat up this woman, which is an awful thing, and I'm against it 100%. But should he not work for the rest of his life in his career?
And
So,
let's be clear. He pushed her down and gave a kick. He kicked her, and it was a half kick. That's it. He didn't knock her out. He didn't drag her off the elevator. He didn't do none of that.
Even a half kick, a piece of kick is it's totally wrong.
It's wrong,
but
no doubt.
But
it shouldn't cost him his career.
Right. Because your career is your bread and butter. You making money. Da. So I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. Should the career be totally erased? So that's what I'm saying. Should somebody's career be totally erased for a bad thing they done? Like I said, one murder, it was a wrongful thing. But should we take away the career? Because now if you take away somebody's career, that might lead them to go down a road that's worse. They might become robbers.
And here's the thing about the NFL, though. They have allowed people who were accused of murder to continue to play. They have allowed people who were accused of rape to continue to play. It's just certain people in certain colors
that they mess with.
That they mess with.
Phil,
and
what
that's
you think?
wrong.
Well, can I be so bold as to say, this is our opportunity right here to allow God to be God. Do we or do we not serve a God of the second chance?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Second, third, fourth,
That's
fifth,
what I'm
sixth
saying.
chance.
Come on now. So this is, in every tragedy, there's always opportunity. And the opportunity here is for this to be a learning experience.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So first and foremost, I'd like to say that myself, I believe I serve a God of the 175th chance. Because I know how many chances was given to me for all of the mistakes that I've made.
Come on
Oh,
now.
yeah.
But it's also a learning experience. So I just would like to keep Kareem Hunt in prayer. And I've listened to some of his conversation and I listened to some of his interviews, and it seems like he's learning. He took ownership to what it is that he did that was wrong, and he's learning from it. Because guess what? Sometimes you don't know what that one incident would do and how it would affect somebody else and give somebody else completeness and closure and give them the opportunity to learn from that. You see, we all got to learn through everything that we do. And even though Kareem Hunt, it's never good, let me just make it clear, it's never good to put your hands on a woman.
Never.
It's not even good to put your hands on another
anybody,
man.
Anybody, right.
Period.
Right.
But it's a standard that we have to set. And that's where the church, folks step in, because we're supposed to be an example. We're supposed to set the standard.
Yes.
But the problem is we fall.
All the time.
Even though we confess Christ, we
yeah.
fall.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kareem Hunt, you have an opportunity now to learn
Make
from
it
what
right.
you did, make your wrongs right, apologize. See, sometimes the public, what's hard to recover from is the shame that the public puts on you.
Yes.
But the very same people that's giving you all the shame is the ones that's behind closed doors beating up their wife and cheating on their wife. Come on now.
Yeah.
These big, powerful football executives, they're doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can say, even if Kareem Hunt is watching this broadcast, Kareem Hunt, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. Take that opportunity, learn from it, grow from it. And if you can help someone else along the way that was going through the same exact thing and made the same bad mistake that you made, do that. Pay that forward.
And if you get a chance to take the Browns to the Super Bowl, do that as well.
I'm a Jets fan, so I'm not. I hope we all playing in the championship game. And, yeah. But that's a whole other segment. TC. We might have to talk about that in the next 2 weeks.
So, and just so we can get back to the Kaepernick and Eric Reid, who have settled now. See, God works in mysterious ways because the NFL took his livelihood away.
Yes, he did.
You know, they took all
Yes, they did.
his earning opportunities away from him. But Nike
Stepped up.
Nike did
They
step
ran him in the bush.
and gave
Yeah,
him
Nike did step
and
up.
gave him a contract that he didn't need the NFL. And so he was able to, and he was going to do this regardless if Nike had done this or not, but he was able to stand by his convictions. And that's what we don't do enough of. We don't stand by what we believe in.
Yes.
You know, and if we
wait
did
it
that
out. We
more,
gotta learn how to wait it out. We gotta
be
stand.
patient and let God work.
Yes.
Because that's what happened. God worked his way.
Right,
he
right.
worked his hand.
Right. And going back to it again, like I said, they blew it out the contest and everything, so it worked out for him.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for the brother, you know. But you got to make a stand when you think something is wrong or injustice. It's not wrong to make a stand. You know, people may not agree with you. People that didn't agree with Martin Luther King, talking about Black history, they didn't agree with Martin Luther King. Some other churches, oh, Martin, you're going to mess up for everybody, da-da-da-da-da. But when God got something on your heart and is right, it's okay to stand and fight against even against your brothers who might think you're doing wrong or you messing up. And he stood, and victory was his.
Yeah, I don't know how many people could have done what he's done.
Right.
Did. I mean, he gave up millions. I don't know if I would be that strong. I would hope so, but walk away from that kind of payday because I believe that people, not even me, but people that look like me that I don't even know, are being killed by the police and thinking that it's wrong. I give him all the props, man. Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reid, you guys, you did your thing.
And I'll tell you something, and like you say, TC, you know, you always got to bring it back to the Bible, and the Bible declares that as to much is given, much is required.
That's right.
So what God is giving you, what God has given Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid was a platform.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so as to much is given, much is required. He's given you a platform. He's given you an opportunity. So what are you going to do with it? So I believe that there was a certain conviction level within them that said, okay, I was given this platform as a professional athlete. I took a stand. I kneeled during the national anthem. I brought awareness to what's going on with police brutality and all other misnomers that's happening within the community. And I say that the guys stepped up, and I say that what was required of them was to use that platform in a professional and powerful manner. Not once did he ever badmouth the American flag. Not once did he ever do anything unseemingly during the national anthem. The only thing he did was kneel.
Right.
He took a seat, and then he talked to a veteran, and the veteran said maybe a knee would be a more appropriate way of doing it. And so from that point on, he took a knee, and it was nothing to do with
disrespecting the flag,
disrespecting the national anthem or the flag, which, if we're telling the truth here, the national anthem should be disrespected. It talks about killing us. Why would we stand for something that tells people to kill us? Right. Come on now.
Explain that a little bit more. You know, my thing is, we are still having a hard time being accepted here in America, and we are Americans.
Yes.
And we still got to fight, and we still got to fight. And then what was amazing to me is like they get mad because we fighting. What you fighting for? What's wrong? Say, if you're not in my boat, you always go ask me what's wrong, what's the problem. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you don't try to understand or feel where we're coming from. And you really can't feel it unless you get in the boat. Yeah, but unless God touch your heart.
But here's the thing, though. They put us in the boat.
Yes.
And they made us the way we are today.
Mm-hmm.
What we do today is directly related to what we went through 400, 500 years ago during slavery.
Yes.
It's the exact same thing. They've pitted us against each other. They took away our religion. They took away our culture. They took away our families. And now they're amazed that we can't get along.
Right. And that's black. And, you know.
And be as it may, TC, the way I understand it, the national anthem as it stands is basically a remix. And what I mean by that is that's not the original national anthem. There's some things within that national anthem
that was taken out.
That was omitted and taken out. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna give my brother a chance to expound on it a little bit because I see he's turning in that seat and he's burning. There's something in his spirit. But yes, he's right. There was some things that was in that national anthem that was directly against, and it was made to violate. And oppress our people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so
and they say accept it.
So it was written during the Revolutionary War. And Francis Scott Key, who was a slave owner, wrote the national anthem because, he wrote the song, the Star Spangled Banner, because they were fighting the British, and there were slaves that were joining the British to fight against America. And so that third stanza of the Star Spangled Banner talks to neither hireling nor slave will escape the grave, which is basically saying if you were a slave or someone that's like an indentured servant, we're gonna kill you too.
Oh, you gonna stay there forever.
If you fight against us, we're gonna kill you.
And we're gonna keep you in those positions forever.
That's right.
And that's a direct threat.
Right.
Yeah. And that is the third stanza of the Star Spangled Banner. They don't sing it, but it's part of the song.
Right, and that's how they do it. They hide it from you and they tell you accept it.
Right.
You know, like, oh, accept it.
Right.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. And then when you find out about it, say, oh, you're not American. You tripping. You going against the system. What's wrong with you?
Right.
Like, well, we waking up. We seeing what's really happening and we want to talk about it. Let's put it on the table, talk about it. No, we don't want to talk about it.
Can I add something to that?
Yes, sure.
I just want to know, talk about Black history. Did you know there was a bill passed by Donald Trump, H.R. 1242? Anybody heard of that?
What to talk about?
Watch this. You're going to be amazed. Okay, this bill is to, how do I say it, to establish the 400 years of African American History Commission and further purposes. It's about saying that we have been slaves for 400 years, and it's to commemorate that they are supposed to economically, through different, you got to read the whole bill. They're going to commemorate, they're setting up a commission, all these different things to recognize that blacks, African American blacks, were slaves for 400 years. So they're going from 1619 to 2019. So they're recognizing all the things that was done to us in this 400 years.
Interesting.
Now, what's really interesting about this is because it was prophetic in the Bible that the children of Israel will be brought in ships and brought to a land that's not their own and will be sold into slavery and will be enslaved for 400 years. And the American government is not recognizing that. What do you guys think about that?
Now, you try to open up a can of worms there. Because
I don't think we have enough time to tackle that one right there.
but I will say quickly, this has been in my spirit that the blacks, we are the Israelites, we are Jews, we are, there's 12 tribes, and I believe, and other people may not believe it, we are one of them.
Absolutely.
We are definitely one of them because you think about it, blacks have gone through so much against everybody. Everybody seem like they want to come after the black man, even the black man after the black man. So we got to be chosen, but we always overcome. See, that's the key. If you watch us, we overcome, and so God have his hands on us, but God have his hands on everyone. But he has his hands on us. So that's what I believe. So,
So what was the bill? HR what?
It's HR 1242.
Okay, I'm going to have to look it up and read it because...
it's to establish the 400 years of African American History Commission and for other purposes. And you got to read it. It's really insightful.
So what's the purpose behind it? That's what I want to get to. What is he going to gain from that?
Well, no, understand this. Not just the president signed off on it, but Congress and the Senate proposed it.
Okay.
So understand, it's nothing that he did out of presidential order. It was something that the government has set up, and you just got to read it. And there's a lot of different things in here that everything but reparations.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this approach. I'm going to take this approach,
Okay.
and if I can just steal a quick line from our native Clevelander, Arsenio Hall, it's things that make you go.
But I will tell you this. Sometimes God would do things in a way that's strange to us. And, they say, the people always say God work in mysterious ways, but it's mysterious to us, but not to God. Whichever way God does it, to show 400 years, he does it, and it's amazing that Trump is in office when this having to go through or going through due to the fact it seemed like that his heart wasn't really turned towards the blacks that much, you're like, whatever, and God will still have his way regardless of who's in office.
See, it's not about politics.
Right.
And see, now here's the thing that caught me. They called it the caveat of all this, they're saying African American. They're not recognizing who we really, really are.
Right,
See,
I believe
they're
Jews,
saying
right.
African American, but the Bible clearly says the children of Israel.
Israel, yes.
Okay, so we are the children of Israel.
That's what I believe.
Okay, but they're calling us African Americans, and that sort of is really not acknowledging who we are, because when we find out who we are,
but see,
then
they may not know who we are, or
they
they
know.
try to
They
hide
know. They know
it
who
from
we are.
everybody.
They know who
They
we
try
are.
to hide it from everybody who we are.
If I could just go back to Arsenio Hall's segue, I'd like to say that I think that Trump finally realizes now that this might be something that he can wrap himself around to and hold on to that might get him some sort of brownie points and some type of accolades from black voters in the black communities. Because you clearly you're going to need some black voters in the black community for him to win this next presidency.
Well, you're right, but watch this. Talk to a young black man and a young black girl about Donald Trump. I'm talking about the millennials. You'll be surprised at their conversation.
Wow.
You will be surprised of their conversation. I mean, I'm in the barbershop and I'm hearing these young boys, oh, I love Trump, man. He gangster.
Okay.
He da-da-da. He talk the truth. He do
Okay.
this, he do that.